Hello, I'm Michael.
And Kevin.
Welcome to Art of the Hour.
The first time you get to see both our faces.
Beautiful.
The venue was really nice. Birmingham NEC, if you've never been, really nice.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy checking the bags.
Yeah.
And they were like, double booking isn't an issue. They've had 4 double bookings where it was like big events and they just move it to another hall. That hall was huge and he said that's a small one.
Bloody hell. It was huge, like
I absolutely thought, like, this can't be that many, but then our, like, journey to the Premier Inn kind of resolved that we weren't at the airport, we were actually at the NEC. Anything?
Well, I got a foil blue Mark Meyer, which will go in my collection because I'm pretty sure I need one more of those. Yellow Bonds of Ancestry, yellow Hill for the rest.
Kadachi?
Amazing. I also got a Kadachi.
Where we're putting Tortons, just...
in the bin usually, to be honest.
I put the Tortons there.
Yeah, shut the tokens there.
So,
equipment can go separate as well if you
want. Cut down the size, peace of mind, fight, deadly duel. No, doesn't look like I'm going to get anything from this.
No.
Tar Pit Trap.
Oh,
that's the one to win the games.
Nothing great.
Nah, nothing great this time.
Amazing. I mean, I find it funny with our journeys. So the first time, went from following one of our friends Tom's map, took 40 minutes walking through this, what even was it?
Like a
it was the back of the NEC.
Yeah, we ended up...
We realised after, it looked like a air hangar.
Yeah, we ended up going from the NEC, and instead of just sticking to the main road, which is like the longer way as it is, we ended up cutting through all the industrial parts, cutting through past the NEC itself that we were thinking was the actual airport, so we thought we were going to get hit by a plane or something on the runway. Turns out it was actually NEC itself, and then we ended up on the road finally, right next to the Premier Inn, at that car park that reminded us of Zombieland.
Yeah, it was just a barren car park with fences broke down at the end right next to the hotel.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
If that doesn't remind you of Zombieland, that was terrible. What was the reason for that as well? It was like...
we don't know.
Not us there, it was like the car park being completely abandoned.
Oh, because apparently it was like super expensive.
Yeah, people didn't realise you had to pay for it because they thought it was the Premier Inn.
It's not joined in with your costs of the hotel. It's like...
They're getting heavy fines.
Yeah, people were getting like 40 quid fines.
I'll go first.
Just go for it. But so it went from a 40-minute walk the first time to get to the hotel with all of our luggage as well, which was rough, to then the Friday walking like 20 minutes because we followed the main road, to then on the Saturday, on the Saturday having a 12-minute walk from the hotel to the venue, which is slightly irritating, going from a 40-minute walk to a 12-minute walk.
Yeah, and especially when you realise that the whole 10-minute walk was an option the entire time. Next to Subway as well, of all places.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh.
We also got awful service.
I also got my 3rd Widowmaker foil. Red.
Nice.
So in case I actually end up putting that in, that's the champion. Your turn.
Amazing.
Yeah, I honestly thought when we got there in the first place and it was going to be like, oh, we've got to get up so early because we've got to be there for 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was thinking we're going to have a breakfast and everything, but no, but when we actually worked that out, it was much more relaxed. But the vendors, there was about 4 different vendors for cards.
Bad park.
What?
Single rare, which was a lace with inertia, and then a foil red sedate. That is rough, that is. If we've waited this long for an awful box, I swear, right? I'm not going to be happy.
This has been, how long now? I got it on the I got it on the Sunday. So 4 days we've waited to open this, and this is going to be terrible. But the vendors, there was like 4 of them there. No, 5 of them, sorry, because one of them was giving out the Fable and the Go Again package.
Yes.
And I was lucky had mine paid for, so I had loads of side events to kind of dig into, but No,
Pretty good.
the vendors were all good. It was
I'm trying to think what were so there's Mox in the Hole.
yes.
There was Silver Palms, which is Living Round's own one.
Yep, Mox and the Horse from Scotland, I think.
Yes, which is why I've now got a lot of Scottish notes in my wallet. It doesn't look like real money.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it doesn't look real. And then the other one, it's Chad. I can't remember what these stores called.
Oh, just Flesh and Blood trading cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was the one from Singapore? I think it was Singapore.
No idea.
I can't remember what their stores were. They were
Yeah.
there. That's who I was almost about to get my third Marvel Frailty Codex from. But they were £240 and I just sold all the other cards. Literally all of them. I could have gotten so much money off then. I would have happily paid the difference.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not.
It would be really fun if you opened the Marvel Codex in this. Could you imagine?
I'm going to see it now. This second from last one. I'm hoping it's got the juicy card in. But if we get through all of these and they're all shit, right?
There's going to be a common cold for.
Yeah, it's going to be something that I've got like 3 times already. So I opened like 4 Hornet Stings from Dynasty after I bought one from Ryan.
Yep.
I paid a £5 for it and then I went, you keep holding in case I get one, and I ended up getting 4 more. And they weren't even from boxes, they were just entry packs from armories.
Single packs, yeah.
So
bad. Me first this time?
You first
Me
this time, bud.
first this time. Right, give me
Getting
some
better.
very confinement. Spoke to the artist who did the art for Yenderai Negria.
Oh yeah.
Really nice guy. Unlike this pack, Fletcher Red Tail and Fletcher's Horse Blue and a yellow brush off foil.
2 foils or just...
No, just the one foil. It's a yellow brush off, which is one of the worst cards.
I forgot to check for equipment in that last one actually.
Just separating it because
I want to do the same just because I feel people might want to, just for commoners.
yeah, commoner is a thing.
He was a sound guy, I can't remember what his name was because they never had it on the front, which I'm surprised with.
I mean, I think everyone knows him.
Yeah, but the artwork that he had, like some of the player mats and some of the, like even the pictures that he had, I would have happily have had them in my house because they were so nice.
Yeah, well, Tom, one of our mates, got a Blood on Our Hands signed playmat.
Oh, that
which
is really rare.
Such a nice playmat. Like,
Always.
Again. I got Crow's Nest in my last one.
Oh, we should have paired them up.
But yeah, really nice guy, really chill to talk to. His wife was there, she was lovely to talk to as well. Didn't manage to go over to the... what was it?
Ooh, a shiny barbed undertow. Nice.
Nice. I might need to steal this.
Oh wait, I don't use them anyway. But for anyone who can't afford to play as Azalea to have Skullbone Crosswrap, I recommend this card, Mask of Malicious Manifestations.
Really?
It's a really good common card in Azalea and it helps the whiff hand. It literally guarantees not a whiff hand. I know it's got Blade Break, so it might help.
That's Ranger Fire.
But yeah, what he's doing LSS, like Ranger always has Blade Break and then you just get Guardian who can block 20 and then hit for 20.
Yeah, with cards from hand that block for like 7.
But for you who don't know it, it costs 1 action. You put a card from your hand or arsenal to the bottom of your deck and then you destroy this card. And then you reveal cards from the top of your deck until you hit an attack action card. So if you hit a whiff hand and by chance you've got them on the back foot where they've blocked out, I did do that in the team.
In the Team Outsiders?
Yeah, yes. The Team Outsiders, and which we'll talk about in a bit. But I did that and I ended up getting an infecting shot and it was like, that could have won me the game because, well, he blocked out and just drew back up. My hand was terrible.
Yeah.
My hand was absolutely terrible. So, suggestions for like a commoner Azalea?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for a commoner event if people want to do it.
Definitely.
Or even casual commoner. Commoner is really fun. And
yeah.
I've already got a commoner chain list, which is a little bit disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not going against that. I'll know that
Are you first this time?
I'll go first this time, but I'm just admiring, I've never actually pulled...
It's a really nice foil.
I've never pulled Barbed Undertow ever. Like,
it's a really nice foil.
Getting a 4. What does it do? If Barbed Undertow has an aim counter, it gains when this hits a hero, it shows red, yellow, blue, and until the start of your next turn, you can't pitch cards in the short. Wow. Imagine getting hit with this by 5 and just be like, red.
Yeah. Or Katsu and then blue.
Oh, sorry, you can't pitch cards. So I'd say, yeah, you can't pitch blue. Absolutely.
Guardian, can't pitch blue. Easy.
Oh, easily. That'd be good in the Sandscour build, like. Who went first that time?
I went first that time, so
You
I first
first
this
one.
time. See, that would be a thing if Sandscour was any good.
It is good. It is honestly good if you can have patience. I feel like it's a pitch stacking deck.
Yeah, it really is.
I tried it once and it just didn't work. Like, I'd done it at Leeds and I had this Sandscour build, and literally the only way I was winning is when I was starting to pitch stack, and it just didn't work. Like, funny one off topic, yesterday I did Blitz at Trinities.
Yeah.
I've got that rapid fire endless arrow, and against Craig from Red 1 I pitch stacked. Right? And then he hit us with something and then shredded, and he banished me only endless arrow.
Oh god.
So I was pitch stacking for ages, and I'm like, right, this is my moment.
Yeah.
And then he went, this, block 6, I've got rapid fire, then a buff up. I think it was Bolton shot the other one.
Right.
I was just like, I'm ready for this. I'm just going to buff this up, bang. He's not going to have anything to do. Tunic was ready on 3, and then he just went, I shred. I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Absolute disgusting. I ended up dominating the red in the ledger by going, Azalea, bang, bang. Just laughed at it because it was on 8 and I had 2 cards left. But anyway, topic of side events. We did a fair few, I thought. Like,
I did 2.
I did 3.
Yeah.
2 classic constructed, 1 was rebound, and the team event, which I think we should talk about.
The team event was very fun. Michael still holds a grudge against me for it.
You were captain, your responsibility.
So, for those who don't know the way that it works, it's sealed, but you get 8 packs between 3 people. You can't have any copies of the same hero. You can do copies of classes, like anything like that is fine. But you have to split the card pool between all 3 of you. One person is nominated as captain, which happens to be me. You get referred to by A. And then your other 2 team members go by B and C. And then whenever you go against someone, the captains are in the middle. They can help both players. They can give hand. If there's any advice needed, they can help both players on either side, vice versa. But B and C sat on either side of the captain cannot communicate at all. Which I thought, being the player that has played the game for the longest, and probably is somewhere up there and being a more experienced player, I wouldn't say I'm a better player, because it depends on what we're playing. But as a more experienced player, I nominated myself as captain. And
you got me killed.
So, first round was friendly fire. We ended up getting paired against some of the players from Newcastle Geek Retreat, and for context, we're Sunderland Geek Retreat. That is our local.
So we're at now, actually filming
that is exactly where we're at now as well, if you're around the area.
And if you see people going behind Kev, we'll try not to have them bits in, but yeah.
Oh, adult Azalea, even better.
Oh, put it next to the young one.
It's above the young one.
Watching her grow up. Oh. I'm proud of her.
Come on, I need something here. Recoil yellow foil sedation shot.
I got nothing in mind. 1-2 punch foil red. There was nothing else in there. Mask of shifting perspectives.
These packs are a bit dire, not gonna lie.
Have you not hit a majestic yet?
Nope.
Oh,
we've got 1 majestic so far.
1 majestic foil.
Yeah.
As I said.
Yeah, that's Darren, also a staff member here at
but to carry on what you're saying, we ended up all people teams to get paired up against. We usually do go to the Newcastle Geek Retreat on the occasion that we can, but we got paired against them. Got beat very badly in all games. I should have went Riptide round 1. I shouldn't have went Azalea. And
well, I could have done better because
yeah,
I'm not a ninja player, but I completely forgot Katsu had an ability, and thinking back to it, I probably could have won my game if I remembered that, because I had the full Surgeon Wellman bonds in my deck, because I managed to pull all 3 in the sealed. I could have just looped that combo many times if I remembered that Katsu had an ability.
You went against someone who's never played the game properly before.
Yeah,
and he got help from 2 other people.
Yep.
basically. That's what they did a smart thing. They went, he can be captain, and rather than him give advice, he can talk to the other two people, which...
He was on a Zuri. It was a solid Zuri list. The sneak attack killed me in the end.
But long story short, we got beat.
First round got absolutely battered.
Yeah, but quick side note, the Newcastle lot then went to the round 2 against the other team who was from Newcastle. So they got local parents twice in a row.
Yeah, which is a bit rough.
We just went round 2, absolutely annihilated.
No, round 2, was it Tom that got a win?
No, round 3. We literally did not win until round 3.
That was 4 rounds, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So round 2, exact same. Tom was probably the closest, I think, in that one, but he still got pretty hammered, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Round 3, this is the best part of the whole story. So I did say, if why can't we have one? It's best of 3. I would thought, why can't we have a 1-1 and we'll watch the last game within 10?
Yeah.
So you got beat. And then Tom won, which was the first win for the team.
Which then left you.
I think he won quite comfortably because he said he got really good hands non-stop.
He was on the Zuri, and it was like a perfect 50-50 split between stealth and 6 leg attacks, which was amazing for that.
So this is when I went south. I had against Azalea as Riptide. I was on 6 health. He was coming in for a 6 dominate. I blocked 3, and then I had Peace of Mind in hand.
No, this was 4th round.
No, this is 3rd.
Was it?
Yeah, I won the 4th round. Yeah, I'll tell you in a second.
Alright, okay.
He then went, I've got an inertia basically coming with this dominated attack, so I went, if I just block 3, Peace of Mind, that's my way around it, takes 0 damage because there was a yellow Peace of Mind, and I get a ponder if by chance he pumps it up.
But also, you had Quiver of Abyssal Depths, which is a really good pull.
Yes, we had that, and that cost me a lot of games.
And he could have pitched to use that to cycle the Peace of Mind back to mid-deck, maybe top of deck to draw next turn or anything like that. But maybe in the captain had the advice of just play the Peace of Mind at the end of your turn.
We'll open another pack.
Yeah, play the Peace of Mind, get a ponder, get an arsenal. And then the guy had 1 card left in deck. Well, he had no cards left in deck. And Azalea
2 in hand.
Straight back into his Withering Shot yellow.
Yeah, he loaded up, he pitched the yellow, pitched the blue to load up his Withering Shot yellow, Azalea into it, and then paid for the aim counter to give a +1 and killed me. I literally could have been on, I could have been on 6 health, take that, laugh at him, and leave him with 1 card in hand, and I could have went for it and block out, ponder, get rid of the inertia thing. No, this guy thought, no, take it. Go to 3 against Azalea. Why not?
So I saw that he barely had any cards left, and I completely forgot that if Azalea has no cards in deck, the word non-active card says, put a card from Arsenal fit under the deck, and then put the card.
The top of
so it just cycles it straight back into Arsenal fit. So if anyone doesn't know that, there you go. Again, awful pack. Toxicity blue, Wreak Havoc blue, and Destructive Liberation red foil.
But round 3 was my favourite one because me and Kev got the win with this. Tom unfortunately didn't. This was in effect the same.
I can still remember exactly how I lost on round 3, by the way.
How?
I was against an Arachne, and it was a fine match. There was a few turns where he just couldn't do anything because I was sat on Katsu and just kept throwing stuff at him. And then one turn, I was sat on 9 life, and I was like, I've got him next turn, I've got a full hand, it just all has to go again with draws.
Foil sedation shot. Red.
That's alright. Still not amazing though.
There
has to be something. Yeah,
I think we're literally going through all the bad packs from the top and everything to the bottom. I'm living in hope right now.
I mean, I'd like to.
I have to.
But he came in and he was like, right, it was if I remember correctly, it was a backstab coming in for 3, and I said no blocks, because if I blocked, I could have potentially not killed him next turn. And then he pitches a card from hand, uses a spike with blood drop, a spike with frailty, and then a Razor's Edge. Absolutely killing me.
Weren't you on 9 health as well?
Yes. So I got absolutely whacked for no reason. But the guy was really nice.
Yeah, everyone was saying
yeah,
them team events. Even
nice.
like the people who were new, I thought like we're gonna have to give each other the shit talking and stuff. It was all good friendly banter. But then again, the last round I went against an Azalea, and as Riptide, this is the funniest part ever. He had one card left in hand on 1 health. I pulled Frailty Trap, and he played Ravenous Rabble, and I literally looked at him and went, I am so sorry, friend. I've got to kill you on your turn with this, and he was laughing, but at least we won that round, and we won 1 round in 1-3. Yeah, Sealed was a lot different from what I remember, because I think I pulled Flick Knives on my first Sealed of Outsiders.
First Sealed of Outsiders, I ran Riptide with 2 traps in it and came second.
I ran Arachne Solitary Confinement, and I felt like I dominated every game, and then got beat on the 3rd round, who also beat you in the last round.
Yeah.
Went 3-1 with that. You went 3-1.
Yeah.
Who's the other one went 4, but who's up now?
You first, mate.
But yeah.
And then the CC.
CC, I'm going to mention this straight away because like everyone was fine. There was no issue. But there was one person who I played against in the 2nd round, and he made the biggest issue of anything I've ever had in Flesh and Blood, ever.
What's that?
And was because he had Codex of Frailty face up in Arsenal, and then he had a face down. He had 4 cards in hand, and I came in with an 11 Dominate. I don't know what the second buff up was, but it was Seek and Destroy, Rend the Ledger.
Yes.
Absolute destruction. He could not fully block this. He was running Snapdragons as well, so he could not actually fully block this without, defense reactions, which I knew he didn't have. And then he just went no blocks, absolutely smashing, no reactions. I'm honestly thinking it was going to be a simple no, and then he was going to do something from Arsenal and do some absolute nothing. Took the 11. Alright, champion. He then tunics to go 3 of a kind from Arsenal, draws these 3 cards, and then he starts wailing and shouting at me because I said, that's your 1 action, so now everything you've got left goes to the grave. And he was like, oh no, I thought it was just the Arsenal, and he put them back, and I went, no, you could have the advantage of that, I don't want that going in the grave. Yeah. So he was proper bawling and shouting. You heard the shouting.
I was on the other end of the table.
Yeah, somehow Tom never heard. I don't know how he did.
Tom's in the zone when he
when Tom plays, he's in the zone.
Yeah.
But when that happened, I was just like, I've never had this ever. Like someone proper squalling and shouting because of his error.
Yeah.
And it literally got to the point where I was like, well, no, because I didn't know this. So it's only friendlies. Yeah, it's only friendly, but like it's double tickets as well.
Yeah.
If I want to try and win and I want to do it properly, it's not my fault that you're a ranger. I'm pretty sure there was that enough Azaleas, and he did actually admit to saying like, "Oh, you're going to be another Azalea," constantly doing Rend the Ledger. So he knows the card.
He knows exactly how it goes.
And Seek and Destroy in Lexi, he should know what it does. So that was the only issue I've ever had with anyone in Flesh and Blood. All the other rounds were brilliant. Like this, I don't know what games you had with CC. I had a Can You Feel Lexi. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had any Lexis because I was the only Lexi that actually played against the people that I was playing. But for those who care, I do not play this disgusting, fuseless Lexi. Because if I want to play Lexi, I'm going to play Elemental in yellow. That's rough.
There's just nothing.
That's fair.
Exciting cards are coming, people.
If I'm sitting playing Lexi, I don't want to be playing Azalea cards. I want to sit and actually play Lexi cards. So I'm sat there with the Frostlocks, the Chill Nice Fins, the Blizzard
Elemental
Bolts.
Ranger. Yeah, there's an Elemental Ranger.
I'll play it as Ice with a little tweak of Lightning cards. The Lightning Surges for that extra go wide. And the new Call Down the Lightning cards are so nice. I've won so many games with those. Like, I think in the actual Colin, 2 of my 3 wins was because of that card, because it's just so stupid. I'm coming in with the Dominated Attack, which has either a Frostbite or a pay 1 or discard if it hits. And then as well as if you go to block, it's going to do 1 damage, triggering the effect again.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's kind of what Ukulele's did in Canada, wasn't it? When Fire was the big thing with Ball Lightning. What?
Visit the Floating Dojo, non-foil, Majestic.
I don't even know what that does. Is that Katsu specializes?
Katsu spec, 0 cost instant, put a Surgeon Strike and a card with combo from your graveyard on the top and on bottom of your deck.
Doesn't Kass run them?
I think so.
I'm sure she ran them against me.
It's an okay card, it's just not great. Ninja Instance shouldn't really be.
I don't think that need instances do they, except for Martin War.
You don't really need that.
Yeah.
Well, all the Katua lists I've run don't need it. And I won events with them as well. So.
Yeah. Well, on a side note from that, obviously the team seal we went 1-3. The CC rebound, I went 2-2.
Oh, I went 0-4. I was just enjoying my games.
You were just there for the memes.
I was.
Yeah.
First round played against an Iris Prism, which was so fun. The guy is really nice.
I remember you saying about that.
Yeah, Tom ended up playing him later in the day as well, and he said he was just a great guy. Really close game, but towards the end I just stopped caring because I wanted to see what the deck was doing.
Mine, I think I went Azuri, who was like a fatigue one, I couldn't hit nothing. Then I had that Lexi, so I went 1-1 there. And then went, I think it was Briar. I had so many Blitzes and Briars.
Yeah.
Went against this Briar who beat us, and then I went Lexi again in the last round and won that. But the CC event that I had on the Sunday, I went 4-0 in that.
Yeah.
And I was very proud of myself, but there was one thing I nearly miscalculated in one of the games against Lexi.
What's that?
So, the first round I went against Jerome. It was someone called Michael Jones, and he is the most sweetest lad I've ever. He is, honestly, he was just there for the fun.
Yeah.
He hit me hard, and then I hit him with End the Ledger, and he was just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's going to be one of those games. He wasn't like salty
Yeah,
or anything,
yeah.
he was there for the fun. Like
Yeah.
that. Then I went against Lexi, who I nearly cost myself the game, so I got hit with Remorseless. That was his only attack, and I went down to 7. I had a combo ready, which would have took me down to 1. Emptied his hand out, and he's either going to block to stay on 1 with no cards left for a Blood Pox. That was me combo. I did everything, had 6 card combo, done it, went down to 1. I didn't realise he had Hornet Sting still there. He blocked with Hornet Sting on the second off last attack and revealed Premeditate.
Ooh, that is rough. That
I just saw him on block and I thought, I've got his cards. He's got 1 card left, which I'm going to Codex of Frailty.
Yeah.
And he blocked with that, and I looked and went, I'm going to go down to 2. I'm going to play Codex, go down to 1, and I can't do anything else. He revealed that, and I went completely miscalculated all of that. But then I went against Briar again.
Yeah.
Back to back around the ledgers, he couldn't do nothing. And then I went against Bravo. Not played Bravo in ages, and I absolutely loved that game.
Bravo was really fun at the minute. I really enjoyed it.
But I did do the combo, which every Bravo hates with Azalea.
So.
Pulverize for 14, dominate with, I think he had Terror Sunder on it, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he did. And it was just discard 2 cards. I went, take it. All of it. Right. So I discarded End the Ledger and Lace of Bloodrot.
Not Pulverize.
It was Pulverized because he had Terror Sunder
on
on
Terror
it.
Sunder, yes, of course.
And he had Frailty, so it was just 14.
Yeah.
Well, basically, he
Oh,
counted
right,
everything.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But then I went, right, from Arsenal, Ravenous Level. -4 on my first attack, no bother, revealed it blue. -2 go again.
Rabble coming in for -2.
He looked at me and went,
yeah.
right. And then I went, right, champion, fatigue shot for 5. So it was like, I knew exactly what was happening. But at that point, he took 15 damage because he blocked out 1 turn.
Yeah.
Trying to keep his surgical, what's it called, seismic surge, sorry.
Yeah.
He didn't block out what he should have, like with the equipment. He just left everything.
Yeah.
He took all this damage. He had 2 blood poxes because I went in with 2 6 attacks. Yeah, and you could only pay for 1 of them at the end. So me taking 14 was worth it because I was still ahead of him.
Yeah. Well, the one game from the rebound which I do want to mention is sat as an Ice Lexi, and I run a card that everyone was surprised to see, which is Eisenhower Weatherburn. It's 1 cost. In red, the next time you Ice Fuse this turn, you give your opponent 4 Frostbites. Which, in my opinion, is such a fun card to play, especially when you're pairing it with things like Weave Ice, where if you want to play Sink Below, go ahead and pay 4 for it. But I'm still coming in with Dominate. So I played against a Briar, second round of the rebound, and the whole time I had him stuck in place because I was just coming in with frostbites and chilling ice veins for the discards and all this stuff constantly. And the whole time he was complaining and saying like, there's nothing he can do, it's worse than carrying Fuseless Lexi. One turn, I gave him one frostbite because as a Lexi who actually runs Lexi cards, I had to turn off. I had a turn where it was just non-attacks in hand. And I was like, right, this is where I had to die. Or hopefully he's not got what he needs. Whole time he's complaining until this one turn. I pass turn, he's got one frostbite, Channel Mount Heroic, Force of Nature, Snatch, coming in for 7 with 2 on-hit draws. I've got a full hand of 2 blocks and I'm like, I'll block. Then the Art of Wars and gives it go again. Drew 2 cards. And then goes, oh, there's another Snatch. And I'm like, what am I meant to do?
So 8 go against Snatch and 7 go against Snatch.
Yeah.
Oh, so it'd be
8 go again, 8 go against Snatches. And I'm like, what am I meant to do? And I said to him, I'm like, how am I the issue if all I've done is slow you down and then you pull off stuff like this? And that was the only time in that full match that guy smiled. Really like annoyed me. I don't mind if you sit and play Briar. Like I understand, as soon as people see that I'm playing Lexi, they're not going to be happy. But again, why complain and then pull off a 16 damage turn with 4 draws?
Yeah, Briar's just like,
it's so stupid.
I think I went against one second round in the actual call.
Yeah.
And I literally just thought, I've got to get Red in the Ledger.
Yeah.
I loaded up Infecting Shot with a blue, and then I had Deadeye in, but then the Drew Knock.
Yeah.
And I just buffed it up to 11 Dominate,
Yeah.
and he gave us his full equipment and still took 1. So I was like, I don't know why he done that, but that was like a big, I think he just tried to block out damage, which I can understand, but he didn't miss, he knew he was blocking 10. I said 11 Dominate, he went block 10. I went, okay, he's already played from hand, it's dominated, and he went 2-1. I went, right, I've never seen anyone do that. Crowned as well, so he got rid of 1 card from hand that he didn't need. I thought he was going to set up Channel Mount, Beast Strike for 7. I thought, that's really
seem worth it.
Yeah, it didn't seem really worth it. Taking 1 for 1 action, coming back for like 7. I thought, right, but from then on it was back to back Red in the Ledgers, 8 Dominate at the minimum. One of them was 17, and it was just so rough for him. And then I did a turn where it was just like, right, Madness Valve from Arsenal, and I knew what I scoreboard. To opt, I had a buff upcoming, so I went, right, rolled a Bolton Shot. Okay, he strike for 5 go again. Right, 2 cards left in hand still. Lace with Blood Rot, Bolton Shot. He took all this damage saying like, you're gonna have to kill me here because I have such a turn. I went, are you taking this? Yeah, I'm going down to 2. Okay, with a go again, Codex of Frailty. He just looked at him and went, I have to discard as well, don't I? So if you've got an Arsenal free. Yeah? Yeah, you're gonna have to investigate. I gotta tell you what I'm using.
Yeah.
Ren the Ledger.
Yeah.
And then he just went, right, fine, I'll just get C and C. Put her back, and I went, right, champion. Ren the Ledger. And he went, I'm on 2. That's coming in for 5. So he blocked with 2 reds.
It's like I killed him.
No. He had a blue. He couldn't pay for the C and C that he wanted to get rid of.
It was either one or the other.
Yeah. And you know what? Pondered another Codex.
Oh my god.
3 buff ups and a blue pitch, and I was like, I've got so many ways to do this.
Yeah.
But because he was on 2, I skullborn to see what my option was. It was remorseless. I was just like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Do this, get the game over with. I could have made it last longer, but I thought, I'm not
put him out of his misery.
I'm not going to do all this stuff with the call and then give up a game and put him out of his misery. So that was fun.
That's fair.
And do we talk about the call itself now?
Yeah. Do you want to start, Mr. First after the 3rd round?
Yep.
Me first this time for a pack?
Yeah, you go for the pack.
It was me, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
I think so, yeah. So I'll let you go first.
So unfortunately, after 3 rounds at the calling, I was first. And then literally, this is how shocked I was with it. I said to you, God, there's an Azalea first. And I think it was you who turned around and went, it's you, you dickhead. Didn't realise I was first after 3 rounds. And I
Blue
thought,
foil spice sniper.
Didn't I just give you one?
Yep, you did.
I've got a spare one in the house as well.
I have all 3 now.
You've got 5 now. But yeah, I was first for a while and I didn't even realise. And it didn't put us off. Like, I didn't go, I'm first, I need to keep winning. I just misplayed so badly in some of the games. And
you were against the Dash one, yeah.
My first one was Matt Rogers. Who was
Your first one was a bye?
No, not me, first loss, sorry.
Oh,
I went 3-3 in the end and dropped out of the 4th one. My first one was a bye. My second one was that Briar. And then I went against Levia, who I've never seen the build like it, but he has you'll know the card, the defense reaction you can play from Banished.
Guardian Shadow Beast.
That's it. He had stuff like that, so he was everything ready. And I'm going to say this, I was in control of that game. I was out hitting him, even with the on hits. He then played Dread Screamer, and he had 4 whiffs in his grave, and the grave was up here.
Yeah.
I hit 3 of them. All 3 were whiffs, and he just went Dread Screamer for 5, and I went champion. He's going to transform this turn. Turns out he didn't. Went down to 15. I miscalculated.
Right.
But then we had the judges for ages doing a question for me. I'm thinking transformations happen at the start of the turn. It's at the end. So I didn't even need to hold it up, but I beat him as well in the end. Went against Dash, who was Matt Rogers. I literally did everything perfect.
Yeah.
And he still beat us.
Dash is a rough match.
He boosted a defense reaction away, and he even done Techno Heart Foundry and boosted 2 more defense reactions away on the turn. And it was just these defense reactions, I wasn't expecting them, so I was just like, I'll just hit Arsenal a good buffer, thinking that he doesn't actually have anything. That's when I realised he's got this completely different dash build than I'm used to.
Yeah, I mean, we have like a resident dash player, we don't really show much anymore.
Who was that against?
Charlie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Pretty good dash player, stopped playing around the Everfest time though. Pretty solid, I kind of got him into the game with my old friends. Really good player, used to play Magic and stuff with him all the time. But that was the last dash, and that was a while ago. Like, if you know when Everfest was compared to now.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, once the T-bombs and stuff came out, he was happy, and then stopped playing. I just haven't been able to drag him back into the game yet.
You want to drag some of these cards back, the rares are in a weird order.
Like you've got the potential of getting 3 rares with the back.
I went rare, common, rare.
Yeah, that common slot can also be a rare.
Literally, have we only hit 1 majestic in how
2
many packs?
1 foil, 1 non-foil.
How many packs have been through this?
We
Or
have-
6, 7?
We have 5 left, 10 left, so 14 packs.
It's better be worth it, honestly.
I hope so. I really hope so. So I'll talk about my experience of the calling.
Oh, go on then.
So first round against Fuseless Lexi, sat as an Ice Lexi. Very, very close game. Came down to both of us being on 1. We'd already broke home and Sting, which I was happy with. I whiffed on a 3 of a kind. Otherwise I would have had the game at that point because I played 2 red Weave Ice. Which is really, really disappointing because he was also scared at that point. Then he started playing his turn out and I was like,
what hero was he again?
He was on Fuseless Lexi.
Fuseless Lexi.
So it all came down to his last turn because if he didn't kill us, I had a yellow Weave Ice and I could have just dominated for like 12. With go again, Frostbite afterwards. So I had to win next turn if he didn't manage to do anything. And then he plays out Falcon Wing, so I block. Bolton Shot, so I block. Codexes, Tunics on 3, Infected Shot for 5, and I was like, how can anyone enjoy playing games like this? Like, it's so
with
stupid.
Voltaire, like Fuseless Lexi is just so brain dead. It literally plays itself out.
Oh, Stab Wound, Majestic.
Is it a good one?
Not really. Assassin Ninja 0 cost attack for 2. When this hits a hero, they lose X life by X's number of daggers. Yeah, number of times a dagger has hit this combat unit.
That sounds so bad.
It's essentially, if it hits, it's 0 to 4.
mint. That is.
Red infectious sauce is the rare. Bronze manifest yellow for the foil.
Yeah, I've been putting my rares in the commons and I probably should separate them out.
I always separate them just for myself.
I'll probably separate them off there. How many Lexis did you go against overall?
Only that one. Only went against that one. First round of the call.
I went against 5. I got beat off 1 because of a mistake. Like, I did see one on the live stream, right? And there was a Lexi versus Azalea, and I don't like. I love it when other people have different builds. I know there's this Azalea build that people are wanting to do with Warmongers and CNC or something. It doesn't look fun at all to me. But when I was watching this game, I couldn't help it. Like every turn, I just thought I would do that turn so differently.
Yeah.
And the Azalea got beat off the Lexi, and you'll never guess how he died. So remember when I said the Hornet Sting?
Yeah.
That could have killed me. That's forgetting his equipment. He took 21 damage from 22, went down to 1. The first attack was remorseless, and then he played Codex of Frailty.
Oh my god.
I'm looking thinking they must either be really tired, or he must have kind of give up at that point and just thought, I'm going to do what I can here.
I'm coming out of my own terms.
Yeah. I'm doing it Levia style.
Yeah. But
you think you're killing me? No,
yeah.
I'm doing it to myself.
Yeah. Second round, I also lost, which was against. Who was that against? Ikatsu, who managed to get Sigil first turn. The other 2 sigils on the end of my first turn, and then full Dishonor line, which obviously you see coming from a mile away because he's got. Well, he searches after hitting the Surgeon Strike because he had Ancestral Empowerment, which is such a stupid card. Great card, don't by all means, it's a really good card.
Yellow spot, yellow foil Spire Sniper, do you like that one?
Maybe, I think so, might.
Keep getting Ranger stuff, but there's just nothing.
Yeah, nothing worth.
We've got 8 packs left everywhere, we've got to pull something.
No.
I'm going to just open the next one straight away because this is frustrating the hell out of me.
Sat playing against him, full this online came in, so I ended up losing a lot of life. He was still sat on like 47 at this point because of the sigils.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do anything because obviously I had a block. Lexi without an ability is kind of useless, especially when I'm an ice Lexi, you need that little edge.
Yeah. And New Horizon as well sometimes.
Yes, exactly. So sat there, ended up just taking a lot of damage, and he just didn't have a single turn like where he couldn't do anything. So after that game it was a bit rough, and then I went in my next game against Bolton. It was a Centauri Bolton.
I never faced one Bolton that entire weekend.
I played against 2, but that Bolton, he likes the fact that it's not, as he says, disgust and brain dead Lexi, because I actually need to think about fuses and all this other stuff, which I appreciate, because when Lexi came out I enjoyed the idea of actually just shutting people off with frostbites and whatnot. But he sat and turn after turn was just at least 3 frostbites every turn.
Yeah.
Couldn't do a single thing. I sat on 39 health when I killed him. But the thing I like the most is that guy enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the game because there was some turns where I was kind of worried.
I've got to admit, the games I had with everyone, even the games when I was 3-0 and then went 3-3, I enjoyed all of them. Even though it was me making all the stupid mistakes that I was. What?
Red Foil Plunge, Lace of Blood Rat, and Red Hole.
So just nothing.
This is not looking great, to be honest.
The last part, but honestly I'm calling it now, it's that one. It's got to be that one. It's got to be something. I don't even care if it's a Marvel bloody Blood Rock Codex, just something. But
yeah, it's the Marvel Codex of any kind would be nice.
It would be. Well, anything's better than what 3 Majesticks. Jesus wept. But yeah, overall I thought the column was brilliant. Like I thought there was just no issues with anything. The judges were all very responsive to anyone who needed it. They were all friendly. Even the people, like I said, the one game that I had, that was the only issue I had. Just that one person. Anyone else out of the other ones, I got beat off a Dromai who I got beat off him. I would have been 10 if I had failed a red. But my last attack was a ravenous rabble in a field of blue. He just went, yeah, I'm going to take it. Killed us in the next turn, so I was on 2.
Yeah.
Then I sat next to him when I went 4-0. I was sat next to him when I was 2-0, and I was against that Lexi who I forgot about bonus thing. He went against an Azalea, and I'm looking, and I asked him afterwards, like, how did it go? But he whiffed one hand because he saw all 3 red in the ledgers in one turn, 2 ravenous rabbles, which is how he knew one of them was there. But he sat on 32 health and beat him. So I'm taking pride in the fact that I got him down to 12. He was a phenomenal player. Like, I don't know how he wasn't higher up where he was, like, because he played Draw Mice so well. But even then, when I got beat, all the games were just fantastic. I couldn't fault or anything. Everything was so well run.
It was run really well. The Rams have done an amazing job of running it.
100%. Even all the, like, you've got the side event, me and the top 8, everything was run on time. Everything was going, like, as well as the me. So I know the top 8 doesn't have a time, but they still had everything run, so there was just enough of a gap for people to get sorted.
Yes.
But enough that they're not just going to be sat there waiting for ages. You know what I mean? So living well done. Job well done.
Very, very well done. I can't remember the guy that was doing the announcements and stuff, but again, perfectly run, amazing, really, really well done.
Yeah. Pushing the point as well, doing their live streams.
Yes.
Good job with that as well. We were enjoying it. I have been watching them. I've noticed one thing. It was Levia, Briar, Lexi. There were so many Lexi games, and I'm like, I've had enough of them. I want to see Bolton and stuff like that.
Shift it up a bit. I mean, the Lexi Bolton game, the Bolton fatigued the Lexi.
Yeah, stuff like that is what I want to see. But if there's so many Lexi games on that live stream, and I'm like, I know exactly what it does. But even as like you playing Lexi, I'd rather have seen that one. But
a nice Lexi, not just this mindless 0 for 3 go again.
You were 0 for 2 at the time, so I think it wouldn't.
But I won 3 in a row after that, and then went against the Dory and got it. The reason without I'm putting it down to that I lost is because I got a phone call from the hotel saying that I had to book an extra night because apparently I'd booked one night short. So I had to then. Obviously a bit stressed during that game.
I'm going to get my phone out for the last section. I'll edit this out the video
though. But swung in for 14 on the last turn with a Dawnblade and I blocked through. It was a great game otherwise. A really nice guy from Munich. Honestly, really nice guy.
I've faced so many Lexis and Briars and a couple of Dromines, but like the one officer I had, the Levia, the Dash, the Bravo and the Azuri, all them games I wish I had more of the other heroes because they were really, really good, and I just wish I actually got to play against them. Because
I did play against 2 Fi.
I went against a Fi actually as well. You're betting up back to back red in the ledger, literally
back to back,
and then I hit him with an effective shot and then remorseless.
Nah, the one thing I really enjoyed with Bob, well, I say I enjoyed it, I kind of felt bad. First Fi game.
So you enjoyed it, he didn't?
First Fi game, he sided fully for Fuseless Lexi, and I felt really bad because he was telling us all the stuff he put in was the everything that's essentially going to shut down or attempt to shut down a Fuseless Lexi, and then I just sat there giving them frostbites for fun. And then the end of the match, after I beat him, I was still sort of like 40 health. I think I was just below maybe. But he just turned around and he was like, right, that's me done for the calling now. And I felt really bad because...
Didn't you have 2 people say that?
Both of the Fis. The first Fi was third round, the first round that I did win, and he just conceded, well, it didn't concede, but he just dropped out of the tournament after I beat him.
It seems like it was like old Fi when it was like Fi was beating everything else.
Yeah.
And for some reason Ice took a hit because when you have the tournaments and you have the brackets, you have so many people playing Fi but they can't handle Ice.
Yeah.
Them going up against Oldhim and Icelander was like, you've got all these Fis beating everyone else, so nothing else is going up there except from the Ice decks, and then Fi who can't handle the Ice, and then top 8's going to be pretty much all Ice.
Yeah.
But Oldham's now not a thing.
Gladly, so happy about that.
I'm not, I liked it. I like my matchup against it.
My matchup was fine against it because I went wide enough to the point of where they didn't really manage to do anything, but
yeah,
it was such a, like, it was a grind of a match, and being someone sat where I'm trying to get as many cards as possible every time, the amount of times I almost fatigued myself before winning the game.
Yeah, you do go to the wire no matter what you do, even if you lost someone like Fi.
Yeah, but I just got through it quickly.
But overall, the calling, absolutely enjoyed it. I would happy to do it again.
Yeah.
Any other competition like that, I hope bring them more to the UK. Seriously, even if it's like Leeds or somewhere like Manchester.
Bring it further up north.
Yeah, up north would help because the 7.5-hour bus journey I had home was horrible.
Yeah.
And you had probably the approximate length of time because
it was about just over 6 hours.
Yeah, I was just 7.5 because I lived in years.
Oh, fair.
Never doing that again. I'll probably just drive next time.
Honestly, I might even sit for a train. The train was so expensive though.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the game of I Spy.
Oh no, that was fine. I'm not getting into that. that can be for another day.
Right. Do you want to open the last pack? Not last pack, that first one.
Oh, it's one of each as well.
Oh, not me.
We'll go for Arachne first.
Well, I'll save this one for last.
Is that the one that you reckon's got something? Yeah, save it for
saving
last.
that one for last. While we're opening that, I'm just going to read out how many of each hero there was. So there was 427 players there in total. So the most popular one was 67 Lexis, so that's about 15%. Then you had 48 Dromais, 44 Bravos, 40 Briars. I thought there'd be more Briars with the possibility of it getting banned. Levia.
Throw back to your Nick file. What is this?
39 Levias, 29 Katsus, 23 Icelanders, 21 Viserais. Viserai was a thing I was scared of, that whole tournament.
Redden just shuts them down.
It does, but you've got to hope for that, so I'm kind of hoping for sleep darts as well to stop them making room chance.
Yeah, that's true. Best cards and outsiders. All 3 laces.
Jesus, that's a good fact. 21 Azuris, 19 Azaleas, one of them was the old Boreal.
Good lad. First after third round. Dropped after that.
That was stupid. One of them got a top 8 as well,
yes.
So he done really well. 14 Dash, 12 Dorinthia, 12 Vincets. I never went against one Vincet and I was really excited to.
I didn't go against a single one.
11 Bolton.
One of our mates was on Vincent. Craig.
Oh, Craig. He was. Never saw him all day, but he actually ended up winning the what was it? The
ultimate pit fight.
Ultimate pit fight.
Gold cold foil silver palms, which is only 15 circulation.
Yeah, and him winning that, he's never won. I think he was telling me before, like Tom, he was one of the first ones to get Dromai Live Legend points. And me getting to a final for the Nationals, he was just like he was doing so well. I don't think he's realised how hard the competitions actually are. And then he goes and wins that because he's never actually won one before.
Really, really proud of him. He's the guy that taught me how to play during the release of Monarch.
Yeah. I actually never saw them properly until I went down to some of the old venues.
Yes.
But yeah, I would have known for you, buddy. Well done.
Yeah.
10 fives, which I thought would be more.
Yeah, I played against 2 of them.
I played against one of them, but he was sound. The person I went against him was absolutely sound.
One of them was sound, one of them not so much.
Yeah. 8 Rhinos. That one was a bit of a thing for me.
Against a single rhino.
I'm always worried with that matchup because for some reason in the big events they always seem to pop off Blood Rush Bellow back to back.
Rolls so high as well.
Yeah. Like it always happens in the big competitions. I've never beat a Rhino in a bigger competition than an Armory.
Yeah.
But heads up for when obviously we've got my Retro Azalea. Wait till we see Retro Lexi round 1. That is something to watch, even if you just watch that round, guys.
It's a really fun deck to play as well. I really like it.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Yeah. Next video to be up as well will probably be my Lexi rounds, which keep an eye out.
So upcoming ones we've got is going to be, I'll read out the rest of these actually.
Yes, please. 4
Prisms, so that wasn't shocking to me because Prism doesn't seem playable. If it's the way we thought it was, it might have actually stood a chance. It would have been S tier, but no. 3 Kernels. Your brother.
Surprised.
I wish your brother went down.
Yeah.
He is one of the, without a doubt, the best Kernel players I've ever known. and not just because he always seems to get off all these turns. He calculates some of them with his pitch stacking, and 2 riptides.
Two riptides?
There was 2 riptides. There wasn't a single Arachne. I was the only hero not played. But yeah, 2 riptides, and I think Tom went against one of them.
Did he beat him?
I mean, Tom went 1-5.
He beat him. Got one round that he
I'm
won.
sure he beat him, right? Prism. I was in Prism, somebody, Levaria. This is how much of a weekend he had. He forgot to transform.
The amount of times that he'd come outside after the round and go, I forgot to transform again.
Yeah, he fatigued himself because of the transformation. I thought this Levaria thing was going to fix it, and this other guy had the same issue. He was banishing that many cards. I thought, I just need to hold out.
Yeah, you just win.
I was on 22 health.
Yeah.
I can take some damage and block out.
Yep.
But anyway, upcoming videos we've got. I'm not sure what order they're going to go in, but we've got your retro Lexi. We have a recording coming up of an armory event. And after that, it probably has been me preparing for nationals.
Yeah, with probably what we're going to try and do is, if anyone has any suggestions, we'll go on with that. But also, if anyone would like to request any kinds of we all play Talishar, so if anyone wants to play on Talishar, we can use that. We'll obviously ask if we can use the footage of that if people don't mind.
Tabletop, we've got that as well.
Tabletop, I'm not going to use tabletop, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I'll happily use it, I enjoy it.
We're hoping, if people like the idea, we're going to switch between either the way the first video was, where all of the rounds were kind of compressed and commentated over. The way I'm going to do the Lexi games is probably...
Shakedown.
Shakedown, nice.
And let you continue to explain.
We finally got a card that's actually good.
I mean, Bob Undertoy is in the Sandscour build.
No one plays Sandscour.
Yeah.
No one plays Sandscour. We both know that.
What the Codex of Bloodvolt Marvel?
Yes!
Go on!
Yes! Oh, that is amazing.
Oh, where's my bag? I'm so...
Nah, I'm sleeving that.
Yeah.
I've got perfect fits. I've got perfect
Have you got
fits.
yours? Mine's somewhere in the bag.
I've got perfect.
Yes! We've got one!
Oh, that is madness. I've got sleeves here, don't worry about it.
A hard thing as well.
Oh, top loader.
Yeah.
Mate. Oh, that.
Yeah! I don't care if it's not frailty. Fucking get in, I'm happy.
Oh my god, that is nice, that.
I was just like,
Anyone that hasn't seen it before.
I was just like, oh, shakedown, oh, that's it. And I'm looking going, hold on. I skipped past the foil actually, I went to backstab.
That's so nice. I don't care about the foil.
Well, I mean, you do with the cold foil.
Yeah,
isn't
cold
that
foil.
Isn't that technically the cold foil?
This is a cold foil. Yeah, so
Anyway,
as I was saying before I got kindly interrupted, that is a very nice card. So what we're planning is, oh, it's so nice.
I mean, my fucking prediction went out the window there, it's not that one.
I'm gonna leave that there. The idea so far is I'm gonna put my rounds up as separate rounds with a little bit of commentary.
Yeah.
And see what does better, see what people prefer. So comments are really appreciated. We are going to try and be as responsive as possible with those. Just anything along those lines, because we want to try and do what we can to make sure people actually enjoy the content, and it's a bit of fun for us, and we want to make it fun for everyone else as well. So you keep staring at it.
Such a beautiful card.
It really is. So, we just want to try and do what we can for everyone.
I did have an idea, which I'll not say yet, but just do some sort of challenges in a way as well. Some fun ideas.
Yeah.
I got a Majestic and if Marvel. Oh, can you pull your shit together and get something good?
I can't.
But yeah.
Even my foil was a yellow sedate.
Mine was a yellow backstab. I mean, that's good enough for me. That is.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Look at that.
I am. Oh, it's such a pretty card. That top loader's not doing it justice.
Nah, because it's a bit. Have you got one?
What's that top loader? I
Yeah.
don't use top loaders.
The one was weird though as well. I looked at it and there was only one.
Yeah.
What's it called? Token in, and I thought Oh, I hope I was going to get
Crack
the qual foil.
ball.
I thought I was going to get the qual foil on this one. But
That's so nice. That's such a pretty card.
But overall, what did you actually think with the calling? Like heroes, hero-wise, like was it what you were expecting?
Honestly, yeah. I was kind of surprised that Bravo's actually done pretty well because I've seen a lot of the Cincinnati Battle Hardened and all of those kind of events where there's a lot of Bravos, but none of them do well. So to actually see some Bravos get the top 8,
the top 8
final as well, right?
Yes, so the top 8 were 3 Bravos, 2 Katsus, the Azalea, who unfortunately got knocked out by a Bravo in the quarters, and a Zuri and an Icelander. Is that all? 3, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, that's it. And the 3 Bravos. I think the Icelander who won the event. Have you had nothing?
Absolutely nothing. 2 non-foil Majestics, which are worth nothing.
Would you like to open my last pack?
No, that is your pack, man.
I've predicted this pack as well.
You have.
But yeah, the Icelander that actually ended up winning the whole event. His top 8 was literally Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
Yeah.
He just went against all 3 of them. It's weird to say, but to me it's the way it was going to be. When Starvo was a thing, then it moved on to Oldhim, and then it moved on to. It's got to move on to Bravo now.
Maybe there's just a thing. Heads up LSS. Maybe there's just a thing with Guardians.
Yeah, Starstruck, that new card, that one was a bit of a nasty thing for me because I didn't realise what it did, but I was lucky enough that the guy couldn't dominate it.
Yeah. I don't really mind it. Like, it's a nice card. It looks really pretty. I'll give it that. But I've never really had an issue with it. I've played against Bravos in casuals and stuff, and the both Starstruck out, and I'm like, amazing. I don't really care. I'm gonna sit and give you Frostbites anyway.
Amplifying ammo.
Foil or no foil?
Fletcher the Red Tail foil one.
Nice.
So literally all we got was that Marvel, because how many Majestics did we fucking get?
I've got 2 there. We've got 5
Majestics.
Which is foil.
And
well, sorry. 6 Majestics.
6 Majestics. And one's a Marvel, one's foil.
One's a Marvel Codex of Blood Rot.
Yeah, like that is fantastic. That. I can't believe we actually got a Marvel Blood Rot after I said it.
Really nice. I think he called that it was Blood Rot as well. He couldn't have called Frailty.
I mean, I was hoping for it,
but yeah.
I mean, we got the box for nothing.
That is true.
So I kind of complain too much.
Yes, that's a very good point. Yes.
Yeah, I asked the woman as well at the counter, where you can trade the tickets in for the box. I said, "Can you give us a good one?"
Yeah.
I'm going to make a video of it, and she went, took the box I had back and pulled out another one. So now the only thing is that box I put back, did I have the Marvel Frailty?
Yeah, if anyone knows, I
can't remember what the company was called now, who done it.
I don't know, but I think that was a pretty good point to leave the video.
Yeah, definitely. The top 8, like I say, Bravo dominated the top 8.
I think got dominated by the Nice.
Yep, got absolutely outed by Icelander. Well done to Sam. Geek Retreat Bristol is where he plays his locals.
Yeah.
And the Azuri, Katsus and all that, obviously they've all done well. But next time, hopefully I'm going to get a good night's sleep and do better than I did.
Hopefully, for both of the next one, I hope to see you there, and hopefully the channel's a bit bigger, and we have a bit of, we've got aim counters, which we're probably going to try and make a thing. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I've ordered a load of token things as well.
There we go.
Got to use them for the...
We're going to have our little, what's it called? What they're called? So it's like what people leave. It's going to be a bad analogy. What people leave at crime scenes to show that it was them. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a thing to show that it's you.
Oh, like what it is in the ledger. It's got like a little note thing on it.
Yeah.
A business card.
Yeah, we'll bring business cards for the YouTube channel. That's what we're going to do. I'll probably just edit something over it and tell you what the word actually is. So yeah.
What is the word? What are you talking about?
So So do you know the Joker?
It's like I spy this. Right.
When you used to leave in the old comics and stuff, where you'd leave a Joker card. What's that called? When he leaves it to show that it was him. You know what I mean?
Why am I having a
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to Google this. I'm not having a brain fart moment with this.
In my head I've got the word emblem, but it's not an emblem. I can't remember what it is. When Michael tries to spell, it's a codex of Dodge Marvel.
Doesn't even explain.
No.
A trump card.
Yeah, we'll take that. We're gonna have little. I think I've got mine on me.
I'll have mine in the bag actually.
Yeah. We can just have a little taster. The guy who I played in the Outsiders event, he will also know exactly what it looks like because he borrowed it for a bit. So it is just a little token with that, and out of the arrow, this is a little tester. But yeah.
Yeah, we eventually got through that bit there. Fuck me.
Yeah.
We'll see if we leave that bit in.
Let's
See what happens. But anyway, stay tuned for the next videos.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and yeah, as I said, let us know what people are after, and we'll try and do as much as we can for everyone that's watching.
Send us more boxes to open.
Yeah, I'm happy to open boxes for people and then send them back.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah.
Unless it's got Marvel Freely, I'm keeping the phone.
He will not. Don't worry about that.
We'll see.
Yeah, thanks.
Cheers.
Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.